Soul.
Hey guys.
And my friend Hippie Mike.
Hello.
Yeah. Back for another episode of what we call the crazy train of society and culture. We are a motley crew.
Yes, we are.
Like, where else does hippies and metalheads kind of come together? Where else can you think of?
I mean, I've crossed paths enough times to know that it's just meant to be. Like, we just find ourselves vibing the same way when it comes to partying.
Yeah. Shout out to our good friend Clown Spaz, aka the Slumpkin King, but most importantly, Special Bills.
Why don't you?
Haha, you like that? A little sound effect for the crackle on that.
I got that.
Like it. Crack a beer, crack a soda, delicious. Crack something. Have fun. You know why? Because I'm going to do a fun little drinking game along with it. But most importantly, go to therealdeviljon.com. It's where, we spent a lot of time putting that website together. And you know what? I think there's more releases and things that you can find on that website as well. So why don't you go on over there and check that out. But I would be remiss if I did not mention patreon.com/devilsdenradio, where you take stock in the show and you help build the show into what it is. And our two major contributors at this point are Shane and VeganJosh. Shane is also the leader of our Facebook group of Tribe of the Den. So if you like the shenanigans, you like the conversations, and you kind of like to be, let's say, not so safe for work kind of content-y kind of person, hey, come on over, hang out with us, because you know what, it's gonna get a little more active now, because you know what, I figured, I'm gonna crack my knuckles and come out of social media retirement only on the page. So I'm gonna use the page for some more promotion. So hopefully it works out well. So make sure you go over to devilsdenradio.com. But most importantly, if you want to help support the show and get special incentives, make sure you go to patreon.com/devilsdenradio. So what's new, guys and gal? Well, we missed our soul last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was adulting. I apologize.
It's all good.
Shit happens. But I'm back and happy to be back. I missed you guys.
It's like we almost we had a gag order on you, but we still have the obligatory mentions.
Ah. That's all good. But, yeah.
I forget what we talked about. I'm trying to remember. I can never remember.
It's hard sometimes. Honestly though, but I think that's the best part about it is that it's unscripted. Everything about this show has been unscripted, and but
including the
poster,
like that falling
poster
on Hippie's head.
Like Hippie's like, fuck that poster. Fuck your
fuck
poster.
That Rick and Morty
He's
poster.
Like, why can't you have more tapestries? They don't fall on me.
No, they don't. I've never had a tapestry fall.
I know, because I tacked them well.
Well, that's the thing. Almost all of them are held by thumbtacks, which are like a quarter of an inch.
It's got a little bit more holding power than the tape.
Yeah, the clear tape is not good on these
it
ones.
Melted.
Tape?
Yeah, the tape stickiness I think melted from the heat.
Was it Scotch tape?
No, it's like the packing stuff.
Yeah, it's like packing tape.
The clear
it's a little
packing
bit stickier
tape.
than
It's slightly
your
stickier.
Scotch, but it's...
And then over time, dust.
Yeah.
So it won't stick again.
Yeah.
It happens. That's alright.
Shit,
I can't see it. It's over my head. I never see it.
So I got my one zombie poster behind you from my pre-order. I think it was Black Ops 2 or some shit.
Yeah, bunch of random stuff back there. They're kind of fun to look at, though.
Nope, I just see your yin yang, your little dream catcher, tapestry, the Tool flag, and your Golden Girls poster. That's pretty much all I see.
I always forget what's on this wall because
that's
I
what I mean.
stare at that wall so much.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to not like. Well, I used to have a Batman poster that I used to have over here that like made like the bats into like a Joker face and shit.
That's pretty
It was
cool.
Well,
Yeah,
he also had
there's
that
another
fucking
Batman one up behind me. That's why everybody's like quickly looking. They're like, but there is a Batman one there, John.
No,
And I
didn't
was
you have
yeah,
like
but it's not the same
a
one.
fucking weird head or something like that around here? Something or a mask or something hanging?
Oh, you're thinking about you're thinking about
I got
the
the
mask
pig head.
and the pig head and the freaking mannequin head.
The mannequin head. That's what it
mannequin
was.
head
He used to have
is
that
around
thing
there.
fucking
It's
standing
like-
up over here.
It's creepy.
You come up the stairs without the light on. You're like, what the fuck is that? You did that on purpose.
Totally. We should mess with someone with it.
Oh yeah,
You totally should.
it's perfect.
In your front room there by your front door.
Oh, that would be hilarious.
Like in the bushes, like
Uh-huh.
facing inward. Like you know it's there.
Yeah.
Oh,
But like your
put it-
mailman doesn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You know?
right by the mailbox, I have a small window right there. I can put it like right there,
there.
and hang it
There
with
you go.
like well, just like put it on a.
I mean,
fucking
Halloween is
nightstand.
like 2 months away, so you
Exactly.
could totally do that.
It would be
Yeah.
fun.
Oh, there's lots of options. This year, I kind of want to decorate a little bit more for Halloween because
Yeah.
last Halloween we didn't really do too much, but
We
we did enough.
did a
I think
little
I want to
bit,
do a
but I want to
Halloween
go
party
more.
this year as well.
Yeah, I
So-
do too.
I'm like the only
That would be
house
great.
on my part of the street right there. So I feel either if I decorate, I'm obligated to like go all out because I'm the only thing you see, or do nothing at all, like one or the
has
other,
to be one or the
like
other.
all or nothing. So I don't want to do anything unless I know that what I'm going to do is going to be awesome. So you know those giant skeletons that they
I
sell?
love those. They're so funny.
So I kind of want one of those because
You can dress it up.
you can, and especially because there's a Grateful Dead
I know,
character, like the
they're
dancing. I don't know if they have a name with like dancing skeletons or whatever. I would totally turn that giant skeleton into a giant Grateful Dead
It would
thing.
be perfect.
Because
it would be so fun.
If you know kind of thing, and it's very obvious. Like there'll be no mistaking what it is.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
It's perfect for you guys.
Yeah, but that's a major project. That's, for a later time, I think. I have a lot of Halloween ideas I've never pulled up. Funny, because the shirt I'm wearing is part of one of them, and I've never gotten a chance to actually do it.
What's the Halloween?
Do you
costume?
recognize this shirt?
I can't see that it's a glare.
Oh, it's a glare. It's kind of faded a little bit. I've had it for a while.
I see a sunset and either birds, right?
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up a picture. I'm sorry if it takes a minute or
just
two.
the
You
glare's
can
kinda,
you can
yeah.
fill the space.
I think I know what shirt it is, but I don't want to give it away.
Oh, the man child, right? Fucking
The
from,
what?
What is it? Hangover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That dude.
That's why I was like giggling.
Because he's got like the beard. At the time when I actually got this idea, it was years ago when I kind of wait a little bit
Are
more.
you gonna get a baby Carlos?
Well, okay, which version of the character do I do? The one that schleps around a baby all day, or the one that just has a satchel filled with Skittles? I thought that would also be just easier to do and still get the joke across. Because if
I
you know,
think more people would get it with the baby.
Yeah.
I think so too. Because
I think we might have to get you a baby doll.
That's kind of a weird fucking thing to be like, yeah, let's go.
You can
baby
borrow-
I
doll
really didn't
shopping.
want to walk
no,
around
you can
with
borrow
yeah.
one of Trinity's American Girl doll ones. Like, she has the baby version. And they look kind of like that because they're, like, bald and shit. You can totally borrow it. She had it when she was a
But then you
toddler.
gotta get an outfit with the blue hat and all.
My mom could make it. She
I don't
sews
need
all
anyone
the
to make it.
time.
The best costume I ever did was the fucking OxyClean guy.
That's hilarious.
Because, I didn't have as much gray hair, but I had just as thick a beard, but not as long. I had
Uh-huh.
a beard exactly like his, and I could easily do my hair just like his, too. So that was great. And I had my sister-in-law she had like a shirt printing thing like you have.
Yeah.
So she kind of took the logo, changed it up ever so slightly so it can't get sued or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, I bought a blue shirt, gave it to her. That was the best fucking, because it was like the same year he died.
Oh,
so
shit.
it was like fresh in everyone's minds. And every bar I went to, somebody would make a joke, because remember when he died, there was this whole thing about like him, he did coke or something like that, and that led to his heart problems that caused the death, something like that. So everybody kind of correlated that dude with coke jokes all the time. I was offered coke. People would like send lines of sugar, you know what I mean, like to look like coke, like down the bar. It was great, man. I felt like, and I was the only one who did it that year too. I'm like, this is a great idea. This is the best reaction to a costume I think I've ever had.
That's great.
Yeah. But anyway, so I haven't pulled this one off, but now I think it's too old. You know what I mean? Like, not enough people will get it.
I think a lot of people would still get it, because a lot of people, like, really love that movie.
Yeah. It's still a cool shirt, so I wear it all the time.
It is a cool shirt.
Speaking of that movie, another thing. Fucking Mike Tyson. That movie, I think, it was the catalyst to his comeback.
Yeah, his comeback, yeah.
Because I fucking love that dude now. I love everything about him.
He does mushrooms now.
Yeah. Yeah. And nobody saw that coming. Like, you're just watching the movie. It's the furthest thing from your fucking mind.
If you ever get the chance, you gotta try his, his strains out west.
I've tried the
East.
East.
Obviously the East
Top three.
Version, yeah, the
Top
East
three.
Coast
I tell everybody that. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, you like rub it in.
Yeah, I do. It's kind of like a humble brag, not a really. It's a brag, straight up brag.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's nothing humble about that.
It's a stoner brag. I'm not gonna lie.
So
it is. Brag. I love humble bragging our Vegas adventure and the things we got to taste weed wise.
Yeah, because like sometimes, when you're talking to another stoner, all you do is talk about times you were stoned and like weed related things and stuff like that, and it's all like stories. And somebody shares a story, it makes you want to share a story, and then you go back and forth. But I always got that silver bullet now. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a good
top
one.
That fucking story. Like, have you smoked Mike Tyson weed? No. Bet not.
I have.
And if you have, we're fucking best friends now.
And you've smoked cookies. And
yeah,
but you gotta try cookies at a cookie shop though.
Well, didn't he have some of the dabs with us from Vegas?
Correct.
Yeah, the cookies,
cereal
dabs,
milk,
the cereal milk. So he did have authentic.
I do remember those were very hard times.
By the way, we are on so many different fucking platforms now.
Are we?
Yeah, we're on Samsung devices now. Like, so if you have a Samsung television or whatever, I think there's the Samsung.
I have a Samsung refrigerator.
You have a Samsung refrigerator with a screen on it?
No.
I was gonna say you probably put.
Yo, that would be fucking crazy.
What?
Myself talking to myself in the morning.
That would be funny. I get weirded out sometimes because in the middle of the night our voices will start playing in our bedroom because he has just like whatever podcasts playing.
Oh,
yeah. And it'll like
random shuffle.
It'll come up. So I'll like wake up to like the three of us bantering or like one of you's laughing or something like that, and I'm like, what?
Like, did I fall asleep during the podcast or something?
Yeah, I get all screwed up by it, and he never even notices. He's just out. But I like will lay there and listen then sometimes and be like, what the fuck were we talking about?
Fuck, I know, I never.
Everything.
I'll be like,
I'm just
hey,
in the moment.
Kind of funny.
Just in the moment. Present.
Exactly. That's what makes it interesting.
The whole purpose of this show. Which, shout out to our friends, because tomorrow Our friends in UABB, so that's Upon a Burning Body, bitch.
UAB.
Dropping a new single, hot and fresh for you. But they're doing it independently. This is all them now, 100%. And I'm happy for our friends because, you know, they're a very creative camp. And they've taken a long time to kind of hone those skills and in different avenues of, you know, promotion, video, you know, videography. And then, you know, they got, you know, Troy out there doing photography on the live road stuff. So, you know, it's, you know, they're doing their thing, and I hope everybody goes out there, either pre-saves on Spotify if you're already subscribed, or just purchase the motherfucking song on Apple or whatever device you can. Fuck it. You know why? Because it's them. It's 100% them, motherfucker. And I'm happy for it. When I heard the samples of it all, I was like, ooh, my friends get to be themselves, you know what I mean? And then they got their brother in the band who can contribute a lot of good, clean vocals as well. Not that Danny can't sing, but, you know, he brings awesome harmonies. And Ruben brings, like, you know, with the group, you know, yells and shit like that, there's 3 voices that can, you know, fill that space now, so it's good. So, shout out to them, check it out. I know that my hippie friends are like, I can't listen to that, it's too heavy. But you know what? They got some stuff mixed in there that even you will maybe tap your foot to. And maybe get your groove
I
on.
can listen to it.
Metalheads get groovy, man.
Well, and when they do, I would appreciate it, you know?
We do, though. Yeah. There's very few,
because,
though.
You know, at the end of the day, like, musicians, it's hard to keep up over time with, like, the speed. It's inevitable that you're going to want to slow it down just eventually. I mean, fucking Metallica did it. They're just... They slowed the fuck down. Well, actually, no. They're all over the fuck. They're all over the place. But anyway, bad example. But I do think that, like, musicians...
Well, there's a lot of metal elitist kids that will only listen to, like, their genre of shit. And I'm sure that, like... You know, because you've told me that there's types of jam bands. Is there elitist jam band friends that are like, you know what, I'm only a Dave head because Dave plays the jams I like?
Yes, but it's not Dave. You got like,
like,
shit!
Oh, come on!
There was a time. No, there was a time when he was grouped into the jam band thing, and it was fine. Because he did jam, maybe just he had a different style of jam, but now over the years, like, he has not done anything with it. It's the same fucking thing, just in circles, over and over and over and over. It's like, oh my god!
You said you like him, don't you? I can
like
tell.
His great songwriter, though. But he's not a jam band. He's a great songwriter. I'll always think he is, but he's not a jam band anymore. Anyway, it's mostly the Deadheads. They're the originals, and they have
but now they're like, you know, they're only getting one-offs. They're not getting like,
Dead
tours,
Company.
So they get
they're done touring. So the next one really is Fish, and yes, there are the elites, especially because you got guys like Goose coming up, and there's people that hate Goose, but fucking Goose are fun. They're a great band.
Cool.
Anyway, I'm trying to think what else. Yes, and there are a lot of. It's almost got like a electronica vibe to it. It's very keyboard and synth heavy now, but you got a drummer. Percussionists are having their moment right now. Like, every good jam band has a percussionist. It's just like the thing to have now. Fucking sweet. Good deal for me.
Man, you got a job forever.
Yeah. As long as the band stays together, I got a job making.
Which, are you guys setting a date yet, or what's up?
For what?
The release of the fucking...
Well, I was going to get to that eventually. We did actually, as of today, have to send the mix back because it's actually one of my parts.
I know, or did we already mention the send back? Because I know that we mentioned that.
That one part, it's very obvious that they chopped it, and I basically had Frank send it back today. And I'm like, is it too late? Because if it's too late, tell me it's too late, and I'll live with it. But he's like, I'm like, but first listen to it so you can hear what I'm talking about. And then, you know, I think it's obvious. If you could roll past it and think the average listener will, I'll eat it. And he's like, no, I sent it back. I'm like, okay, all right, cool. And I think in the end I'll be happy that I did, you know, that I said something.
Well, yeah, you know, when everybody listens to a song, you only have so much time that you can fuck with it, in a sense, and like be like, oh, you know what, I think this needs to be here, this needs to sit here, you know. And it's kind of like each song is like setting up a room in the house, you know what I mean? It's like, where do I want my couch to be? Where do I want my TV to be?
Yeah,
but it's
well,
more
you
like,
want to
it's
keep
like,
it
you
kind
know,
of like,
but if you get too crazy with the
throughout the
arrangements
album.
of shit, you know what I mean, and the placement of things, it gets lost.
It's
but
not so,
also,
it's not so much that it was like.
but when you release it, you know what I mean, it's no longer yours anymore, and you can't fuck with it anymore. Other than like if you do a remix, because now the fans know this version.
Well, this honestly, I think would have been an obvious flub. So I'm like, you gotta mask it with like delay, so it's got like a tail to it, a delay with like reverb, you know, so it just sounds like it's endless but fades out, you know.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, a guitar solo starts, so it's possible for your ear to go straight to the guitar solo and not even notice that it just like literally just cuts off.
Yeah.
But it's the fill that leads into that guitar solo. So your ears are on me anyway. So I don't know. I think in the end, I did the right thing.
Tootsie the Frenchie over here has found her like best dog life right now.
Yeah,
Oh, she's facing in front of the fan?
I turned the fan just a little bit for her, so it would be perfectly pointed on her, so she wouldn't keep panting into my mic. And now she's very happy.
I was gonna say, living your best dog
She's
life.
at a good spot.
It's like
You're welcome, baby.
Living the best dog life. Yeah,
She's
so
smiling and everything.
she's
Look
here.
at her.
No.
That's my baby. She's so
It's
cute.
like when she has her head out the window.
It is.
You know?
She's like loving it.
Uh-huh. She's like, this is awesome. I'm coming up here every Thursday now. Yeah. That's cool. So, yeah, the unofficial, but pretty much officially the mascot of the show.
She is. Our blind mascot.
The partially blind mascot.
Yeah, mostly.
That will eat all your food and snacks.
She can definitely scope
She
those out.
will definitely know when we say the F word.
She does.
She'll be like, well, is it? Is your dog, food motivated as well?
Oh yeah, food motivated. More than anything, food for sure. But she's also like play motivated.
Yeah.
If you get excited about something, she'll get excited about
I
something.
think just in general, like human beings and dogs are like in that manner that we are very food motivated. Like if we were said, hey, let's all hang out on Thursday at this time, blah, blah, blah. And then if it was just to sit there and do nothing, you know what I mean? Or it's like, yeah, we'll figure it out. You're going to get less participation. Then it's like, hey, Thursday we're going to have snacks, you know, things like that. And it's like, oh, snacks. What kind of snacks?
Snacks? Snacks?
What kind of snacks you talking about? So like,
Maybe we could order a pizza.
yeah, maybe we can order pizza or something. If there's enough of us, right? Right? Yeah, maybe. You know, and it's like, you know, so like we're very food motivated as well. Like, but not only that, we become food snobs ourselves in that regard as well. It's like,
Maybe just
what kind of
creatures
food
of
should be
habit.
there?
I like what I like. You know,
What's
Yeah.
that?
we're creatures of habit.
Yeah.
You know, so I like what I like. Well, what kind of food are they gonna have there?
Yeah.
Anything that I like. Pizza.
I
All
know.
right, that's a safe bet because everyone can eat pizza. Most people.
Most people,
You
yeah.
do the dance.
What dance?
the food dance.
Oh, I shimmy when I eat, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My fat kid dance, I call it. Apologies to the chunky ones out there. But they know what I'm talking about. Like, it's the dopamine hit, you know.
Like at a picnic, when like I have good picnic salad and stuff, like I'll two-step. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'll fucking
totally.
two-step, motherfucker.
No, man, I know. I'm laughing. I'm giggling because I know exactly what you're talking
I'll
about.
fucking two-step. I'm like, ooh, this is a good.
Yo, when I'm going down the
salad.
line and I get to the baked bean tray and I see how good those baked beans were made, and then I see like ribs on like next to it that like you need the tongs because if you pick it up by the bone, all the meat's gonna fall off. Oh yeah, I start dancing.
Yeah, I gave up pork like fucking like almost like 12 years ago. So like
You
I
what?
have pork
Oh, I keep forgetting. I know.
12 years ago, yeah. And then like shortly after that, I would say like I gave up red beef as well and red meat just because I looked into like, you know, what diabetes and shit, and I was like, this shit runs in my family. What do I
Why
have
does
to
your
cut out?
family always act like they forget that you don't eat that stuff then? Like, we show up places and it's like all that's there. And they're like, oh yeah, I forgot. It's like, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I never remember. I'm terrible.
Oh, yeah, well, it's been 12 years. So
My mom is good about
But
it. She remembers and she's like, are you gonna bring something or should I get something?
Yeah, I usually just.
we
always
usually just
account
bring
for
something.
Getting my own shit anyway, usually.
We
Because
bring our
depending
own
on,
meat.
like, other than, like, you know, like, there's, like, you know, the picnic that we usually go to on the 4th of July. You know,
Burgers and dogs.
Boom, 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 boom. I'll eat up. That's the one time I'll actually eat a dog, as long as it's a beef dog.
Most dogs are beef dogs.
Yeah. Yeah, but there's, like, some that are pork dogs. And, yeah.
Or 50-50 and
You should
and
have
there's the
seen these
50-50
monster
blends
fucking
and shit.
dogs that I
Yeah,
got
can't
from
have,
fucking Costco. They were
Costco, all beef, yeah.
oh my god, they were the size of my fucking forearm. They were huge. Huge.
It's a huge, huge.
Yeah.
it's a huge wiener.
Huge wiener.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Yeah, so to circle back to answer your question, yeah, we're probably not going to have the album released. Definitely not before Music Fest. That was the hope, to be able to, you know what I mean? Our plan B was there's this place called Ed Rocks where it's literally this guy turned his whole backyard into a music venue. He has this giant rock statue of Jerry Garcia's hand with like the missing finger made out of, and it's like 10 feet tall. It's fucking huge. It's like Stonehenge. But anyway, he invites bands to his house, and it's called a listening room. He calls there's one rule is like there's no talking while the band is playing. You have to like actually pay attention to the music. It's the whole point. So all the bands that come there are bands that are like, well, it's all bands that the people who own the house want to listen to. It's their favorite band. They have a lot of money. So the last band I played, they invited them over early, and they let them like swim in their pool and like do like a photo thing before they played.
That's
I was like, son of a bitch. But anyway, we're thinking about having our CD release party there, but the date for that is like maybe 4 weeks away. So I doubt we're going to have anything back before then, especially now that we sent it back for an edit.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Well, just keep us updated.
Yeah, I'm probably going to be fall sometime.
Yeah.
You know, now it's the artwork. We're going to get all that.
Well, we should do a fucking party.
That's
Like
what we
Halloween
want.
party.
It's proper to have a CD release party.
Oh, yeah, but no, I mean for our show as well.
Oh, well,
Let's do a Halloween party to commemorate the time that you saved my friendship and a Halloween party.
you want to get Ant over here so you guys can fight?
Yep, and we're gonna reenact it. Be like,
No, you guys
No.
are friends.
motherfucker. Holy shit.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
sucks because like you want to like be able to play some shows around the release of your album so people can buy
Yeah.
it. And, you know, Music Fest was the ideal place because that's going to be. I'm already. It's close enough where I can start to sniff out what the weather's going to be like, So far, I'm seeing a little bit of rain early in the morning, but by the time we play, it's going to be a great day.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
Trinity plays inside. They're actually at, like, the one church or whatever that's used as a venue.
Is it on Main Street?
Uh-huh. I forget the name of it. I have posted about it on Facebook, but yeah, they're actually inside.
Yeah, that's in a
because
month, right?
of the
We're getting close
acoustics
to
of an
August
orchestra.
now.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's gonna be music fest time.
It will
Also, the
be.
main line this year, like, is fucking shit.
Well,
It is like nothing. I didn't like what's good? The Goo Goo Dolls.
yeah, and it's not the first time they've played there.
I know.
I think they
They played at the Allentown Fairgrounds
They're a little
already,
played the
too.
fuck out. You know what I mean? Like,
Train's gonna be there.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
Train
they had
wreck.
Willie Nelson there a couple years ago. That was pretty good. That's where I kind of said to myself,
They
"Yo,
had
this
Weezer.
Yeah.
Again. Like,
Yeah.
they had-
Music
they had
Fest is the real
place,
deal.
Like, you know, I get that it's a real deal, but what I'm saying is like but they got Clay Aiken, I think, as like a fucking main line. I was like,
yeah,
what?
they had Carrie Underwood one year.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
I know the lady who's she's actually the accountant for Arts Quest who does Music Fest, and they work on Music Fest all year long.
Well, yeah, they
Talking
have
with,
to
like-
fucking. They're booking, next year now. No, not
immediately
Music
after.
Fest, but the music industry is booking next year's calendar year now. So January's schedule is being booked right now.
Oh yeah,
There's finalizing like winter dates,
Forecasting.
probably like just being finalized now.
yep.
And then there's announcement dates and shit. There's like things that like fucking bands fucking forget. They're like, oh shit, that's right, we're on that tour. Because it's like the planning is so like, well, because you need logistics to line up well,
Yeah.
and because of fucking radius clauses and shit, like you have to make sure that
Kind
you
of what I
don't
love
fucking-
about the hippie scene is it's really centered around the Northeast, and that's it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I kind of wish the metal community would kind of embrace a little bit more. Is like, it's like, oh, this is not like, exactly like my favorite band, but they sound good, and I'd like to listen to them. But that's not really happening too much in the metal scene. It gets like into like this, like, well, I found this mathcore band, and it's so technical and so fucking heavy, and it's so cool, and you wouldn't understand, and there's that elitist like fucking
Yeah,
shit, and I'm
fucking
not gonna
hate that.
lie, I fell into the trap a couple of times where it's like, where it's like, well, you don't understand. But honestly, it's like, I do listen to mathcore stuff that's like fucking wild and shit, but I also like listen to hip hop that's like as fucking as simple as a boom bap.
I like to come at it from an objective perspective. Like if it's well done, well constructed, if there's a lot of creativity involved in it, I can appreciate it. I don't have to choose to listen to it, on my own, but if I'm going to listen to it, I can find things to appreciate about it. I don't listen to a lot of hip hop, but when I do, believe it or not, I'm listening more to the lyrics because I think that's where the artistry is. If I were a producer, I would be listening to the beats. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't. I could probably appreciate it, but I have a chip on my shoulder about it. I'll admit it.
What do you focus on? So when you're listening to a song, what's your primary thing that's like focus? Because obviously you're listening to a song, but what's your primary focus?
Yeah, kind of depends. Sometimes the lyrics will grab my attention first because their meaning is so powerful, or like I can relate to it in some way, or based upon my interpretation of them. But other times it's like, damn, that's really catchy tune, like, and it'll be,
The melody.
or whatever that like ends up pulling me in, and I'm like, I really like that, and gets me dancing, kind of thing. So it really just depends.
Yeah, for the first time in my career, with writing, I actually get to work with harmonies with my vocals and shit.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, this is something that...
Yeah, they add so much.
I know.
They
But,
really
for the beginning of what we were doing with Beneath the Dead Sky, I was given enough time, I think it was like 2 hours, to do 8 tracks, basically, because I did 2 live tracks straight through. And just, over, double tracked.
I don't know, harmonies are kind of... I kind of go at it with a little bit of reckless abandon. I look for... I know where the melody note is. I sing that.
Yeah.
And then it depends if I'm going up or down in relation to the melody. Most of the time I'm going up. I find the next note that works, and I hold it out, make sure it works. And then I just start a new melody. I make it up. But my starting note is, like, it usually winds up being like a third above. A third is kind of a safe one. And then what sounds right to you, starting off the third, probably sounds fine. You know what I mean? And then when you listen back to it, you're going to hear it in relation to the melody, and you'll be like, holy shit, that it all works. It's because you picked a new starting note. Every other note you sing after that, you're a singer, it's going to be in the key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or people just cheat these days a lot of the times with the fucking the pitch corrections and shit. They have this one program. It's called Melodyne.
Oh, I've heard of it.
Yeah, you can it'll fix your shit.
That's what we were. They used that to fix one of my things.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was sharp, and I was like, yeah, could you just either cut and paste from when I did it properly on the second take or the second time?
Just add Melodyne to it.
Nope, you can hear it. They just knocked it down. I was like, oh shit, there it is. Now the problem is it's dead on, and there's a lot of organic, feel to our sound. We're not really always right on, That's the problem with, like, Nickelback. Everything is, like, fucking spot on. Yep. And like, everything's been swept with, what do you call it, Melodyne?
Yep.
Sounds like you gave it medicine.
Yeah, it's almost like you're absolutely right. When I worked at the greenhouse, we would have this chemical we would pour on. I didn't, but when we needed to up our whatever we could pump out, especially ramping up to like Mother's Day or something, we had to pump out as much as we could. So to get it for a week, up to a week before we wanted to sell it, we could just pump it with these chemicals. And it would turn into the most beautiful, standing upright, like a perfect little soldier, vibrant colors. But then, like, just enough time to get it to the store, on the shelf, and sold. Once you bought it, it was like it strained too much. And then it couldn't really do anything healthy after that. And it would be just this sad-looking thing.
That's awful.
Oh, it was fucking terrible. And that is Nickelback. It looks great on the shelf.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
What?
I guess you never made it as a wise man.
Sure.
Or cut it as a poor man stealing.
Nope.
And this is how you remind me.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's why they're so shit on by other musicians, especially because ain't no band that perfect. And I kind of prided ourselves in,
especially being Canadian, right? You can't be Canadian and perfect. That's like an oxymoron, right?
Throw shit on Canada. They have hockey.
I'm joking.
I love Canada.
I love Canada too. I love.
They gave us Letterkenny and Trailer Park Boys and.
Trailer Park Boys and Letterkenny, yeah. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you for hockey.
They didn't give us hockey. Hockey came before that.
Canada gave us hockey.
It was born in hockey? Or in hockey? In Canada? What the fuck?
What the
I
fuck?
thought it was born in, like, Russia or Sweden or something.
Basketball was also invented in Canada.
Was it?
Correct.
I did not know the location, but I do know the origin story of basketball, surprisingly.
See, it's like one of those Snapple facts, you know what I mean?
Totally.
You know what I mean? They're so fucking
The
wholesome.
peach basket.
Crude hockey was originally played in ancient Egypt
Egypt?
4,000 years ago and in Ethiopia around
Ice hockey.
1000 BC. Just hockey in general was invented that way.
Okay.
But
Who gets ice
the
hockey?
true origins of ice hockey are known to be in Montreal, Canada.
Hell yeah, look at that. And that's Eastern Canada.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's in Quebec, yeah.
I don't know.
Right?
Good fishing's
So
in Quebec.
French Canadian, eh?
Mm.
What's this Ola boot, eh? Shout out
Never-
to the
never been to
fucking
Canada.
Canadian friends, yeah.
America's hat.
Blame Canada!
You know how many times I heard that
With their
fucking joke?
beady little eyes.
With
There's also a story that
They will meet
gives
their damn demise.
the Prince of Wales,
Wales.
credit for hockey as well, because he originally, apparently in 1864, was kind of goofing around playing
well,
the
then who
game on ice.
I almost feel bad saying
But
this,
the first organized game occurred in Canada.
who was Lord Stanley?
I can look that up too.
Yeah.
The
Jesus,
wonderful
like,
things
yeah,
about
like, yeah,
Google.
we got, like, yeah, I was gonna say she's our,
Who was
she's like our-
Lord
she's
Stanley?
like our live fucking
I
series.
am.
This is awesome. It's like-
All right.
like, hey,
Frederick Arthur Stanley, 16th Earl of Derby.
What the fuck does that mean?
He was part of the Conservative Party politician in the United Kingdom who served as Colonel Secretary from 1885 to 1886 and Governor General of Canada from 1888 to 1893. He was an avid sportsman, and he built the Stanley House stables in England and is famous in North America for presenting Canada with the Stanley Cup. Stanley was also one of the original inductees of the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Okay.
There you
That's
go.
from Tiffany and Company. Lord Stanley.
Really?
Yeah, that's a hell of a donation there. A
Damn.
gift. Well, thank you, Stanley, 16th Earl of Derby. Now you know.
Stanley Cup. Did you ever get to see the Stanley Cup? Touch it? Not the real one, obviously.
I would love to touch it.
I did.
I feel like fucking salad fingers. It's like, I like the Stanley Cups and I like to touch them.
No, the
Remember
devil's...
that shit?
What?
Fucking salad fingers.
Yeah. I remember that.
Rusty spoon.
That was like a really weird video.
like to touch them.
I didn't get it. Everyone always laughed at it. I'm like, I don't understand it. It's just creepy. It's just weird.
of rust on my salad fingers.
It's just weird.
Orgasmic.
So dumb.
It is fucking dumb.
Maybe with your subtle little frame, you can reach it.
Ew. You do that a little too well.
Yeah, it's kinda
like,
creepy.
It's weird.
I watched it a lot.
I can tell.
I missed the fucking...
You're like, stop doing voices, motherfucker.
drinking out of cups guy. How come he's not making a comeback somewhere?
What, Dan Deacon?
Well, yeah.
His name's Dan Deacon.
I want to see that like come back around in the
What, the drinking
Pop
out of cups,
culture.
being a bitch?
being a bitch.
Um,
Whose chair is that?
you know, but part of my, you know, and I'm quoting the thing, okay? And so I don't want to get canceled or fucking, you know, any of this. But I think the part in his video where he's like, Am I some faggot Indian in a teepee?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you can't say that shit.
No.
He'll get canceled. He's probably just
Yeah.
hoping that you stay out of the limelight because that'll come up.
He's probably like, yeah,
Yeah.
let's just like stay over here and go into obscurian.
Yeah.
Obscurity,
I don't
rather.
think I don't think a lot of people would like that. I think it'd be highly frowned upon.
Yeah, that's not a cool phrase at all.
So, yeah. Mind you, once again, that's from Drinking Out of Cups, not my
Yes.
words.
He was.
So don't
that was
get
a
mad at me.
direct quote.
But you know what? It's funny. Speaking of words, because everything kind of takes their own perspective into a lot of words. When I think there is a literal sense of certain words instead of the poetry that is kind of like loose and metaphorical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people put a metaphorical lens on things that should just be kind of concrete.
Yeah.
And I think that mixture of things has convoluted a lot of our progress in society. And I think that's why we've offloaded shit into these fucking stupid glowing idiot devices.
Like our phones.
Yeah. I got the new earpods, bro. Got the earpods Pro. So now I got spatial audio so that when I get hit by the car, I got to hear my sound that I wanted to hear in fucking 3D space.
I appreciate the earbuds when I'm at work, though. They've come in very handy.
Yeah, they do.
I put them in when I just want no one to talk to me. Like, sometimes I'm not listening to anything. I'm just like, don't talk to me.
It's a tough one.
I don't know. I think I have a face that people just like to talk at, so I have to stop people from talking. I actually have to work.
It's
I
like,
can't.
shut up. I don't have time for
It's
that.
like, why aren't you working?
Exactly. That is
You talk to
always
me
the
for a
question.
long ass time every single day. Why aren't you working? I have work to do.
Oh, our old office when we worked together was infamous for that. People would just spend 90% of their day standing and talking, and I would just want to lose it.
It's like you look at some people and it's like, what do you really get done? Show me what you did today. Like, it's kind of like, almost like, show me your homework.
Exactly. And they'll be like, you see, what had happened was I had to
know-
go over to my other job.
Trust me, I know you can't get by without doing work. It will not work out for you. So if you're there for years, you're doing something. Something. You have some kind of value.
Yeah. It's the way it is. I just realized that I found my stash of fucking gaff tape.
I need to get some of that. Like different colors and stuff.
It's perfect for the labeling, man.
That's why I
Especially
need it.
like
I think
for
we
a
got
mixer.
that on Amazon, like a pack of all different.
If you want to
colored ones.
borrow my rolls, you can borrow some. That's fine.
To mark them
I
up.
know you-
I should probably get my own.
And then you can just, what you can do is just get a thin pencil line, Sharpie,
Mm-hmm.
and then fucking write what you need on it. And
Yeah.
then for one,
I like the color concept, for...
But not only that, the cool thing that you could do is do the mixture. Like, let's say you're like, oh fuck, there's a fourth. Then you can just twist two colors together and make them.
Good thinking.
And be like, oh well, it's the crisscross applesauce one, not this one.
Bi-color.
See, gotta be ingenuitive sometimes.
Yeah.
But I have to do that shit a lot, especially at the 9 to 5, which I like it and I hate it at the same time. But like, I need to work on not being like or looking so disgruntled, because I'm like really not that hateful. But like
Your resting bitch face.
yeah, the resting bitch face is
It's
real
real.
at work. Yeah, and it's real unapproachable at work. Like there's like a lot of dudes that they don't even say what's up at all.
think
and I'm
you're
like,
mean.
cool, this is dope. Go to work. But honestly, like we're there to work. You know what I mean? Like if we find common interest and we're doing something and we're still getting things done, yes.
Yeah, I can chat while
can
I
chat
work,
while
but
doing
I don't like
certain tasks.
stopping productivity.
Exactly. There's a lot of times.
just so you can talk at me.
Yeah.
Unless you're my boss.
My last rant though about certain jobs as well is there's always the fucking shitter, right? There's always the shitter, all right?
People talk to you on the shitter?
No, not the
No.
person that no, the person that's like always on the shitter, like at some point in the day, like at least 4 times a day. Like 3 to 4 is what I'll say is like the shitter.
Sometimes
You know what
I
I mean?
go just for a break.
Yeah, because sometimes it's like 1 or 2 that's like that's alright. That's an average.
It's like, what are you gonna tell me I can't shit? I eat some bad chicken. You know,
But 3 to 4 shits a day, like 3 to 4 trips into the bathroom
Mhm.
in a day, in an 8-hour shift. That's like every 2 hours,
yeah.
man. You need to
When you do that
need to
shit every day, this you got something wrong with your diet, or you're faking it. Because
Yeah.
it happens once in a while, but not every day.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're making it habitual, and it's like interesting. But that's like a lot of people that are like, oh, about my routine, blah, blah, blah.
I have a habit of looking at people's shoes when I'm walking in.
And then the smokers,
So that I know.
those were like the old school days, like of smokers, like going outside and smoking and not doing anything other than smoking. It's like, yo, how the fuck do you get a fucking break to go smoke, but I don't get no break to go out and smoke?
Yeah, well, now I vape at my desk.
Well, people vape and shit. Yeah, it's fine.
It's great.
Whatever, but,
I do it shamelessly.
but still, motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're taking time out of productivity to fucking go smoke and chill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I used to do, since I didn't smoke, I took an extra 15 minutes on lunch.
Just go outside and suck on a
Flex
straw.
that shit. The reason why is because it's like, what? I ain't going out there fucking every, fucking every half hour to 45 minutes going out to smoke a cigarette for 5 minutes, motherfucker. Fuck you. I added that shit up and I averaged it 15 minutes and I was generous. It's fucking generous.
Yeah.
1 unit. One unit of time. See, I even went back into that old work mind frame. I was like, 1 unit of time, 15 minutes.
Shut up. No.
15 minutes is gone. Did you write your note? Justify your services, bitch. You get citations.
What was the other word that they were trying to use? And I laughed my ass off, and I was like, I really gotta get the fuck out of here. They changed the word from citation. Like, they were talking about some other, word or whatever. Like, I forget what the word was.
Summons? No.
I know, I'm usually
Use,
good with
use it
synonyms.
in a context, in a sentence.
Or you will face a citation. But the synonym that I'm looking for was a different word. It'll come to me later now, because I blocked out a lot of that shit. But now that some of it's come back, it's like, oh, that was kind of funny, but that's not. Now it's not too funny because now I'm missing pieces. I'm fucking old.
It happens. Swiss cheese memory.
I filled my brain with other stuff, man.
Yeah, I get rid of stuff that's no longer important. It's like, yeah, not
There's
using
fun stuff
that.
that I've done, but then like I think about it and I'm like, yeah, it's not that fun. You know. The one thing that like I said to a coworker, I think a couple days ago, it was almost time to leave for work, and like, they were like, oh, you know, little bullshit as I was cleaning up. And I was like, yeah. In a few minutes, we get our names back.
Because you're just a number when you're at work. Right?
Yeah. And he chuckled, and he was like, yeah. Hell yeah. And I was like, I knew you'd get it. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, man. In a few minutes, we get our names back.
It's true.
Because that time is now my time. You know what I mean? Like, all the work time and stuff is company time. And I don't think a lot of people treat company time the same respects that they would their own time. And that's the one issue with me being in certain fields. And I was like, man, I'd be calling motherfuckers out and then be like, yep. And then you'd be the one targeted and taken the fuck out.
Mm.
Just like in the fucking, if I went into the military, I'd be taking it out back, or all of a sudden while I'm sleeping, I suddenly get fucking gagged and beat the fuck up. You get woken up to fucking, it's like, you're gonna shut the fuck up and stop fucking saying shit because we have to fucking take the shit from you, motherfucker.
Yeah, that never happened when I was in it, but thankfully it was like the drill sergeants just made that one person suffer. They didn't make everyone suffer for that one person too often. It did happen, but not to the point where it was every time. But I do remember when they singled you out, they didn't let up until they fucking broke you. And I saw it happen to 2 people, and it was just, oh my god. I think back on it, you just did everything not to be one of those people.
Like, I'll do what you ask me to do. I'll do my job.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'll do my position. You know what I mean? But just tell me what I gotta do. You know what I mean? There's a professional way about doing this.
No.
And I
because
understand
the whole idea is that, you know, when you're...
conditioning.
Yeah, if you're in the middle of combat, guns fucking, you know, bullets fucking flying everywhere, you know, it's crazy. It's hectic. You don't have time to think.
You know who would make
you're
the
not
best
in control.
soldiers, though?
You're not in control of how
Boxers.
you receive information. You just have to, like, take it as it comes and survive.
Boxers would be the best soldiers because of the fucking split decision,
staying
like
calm.
you know, and staying calm in the fucking situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one thing that, like, I was like, yeah, with the conditioning and all, I don't understand how you condition, you know, then people to be calm in those responses. You know what I mean? Especially.
Did your dog just fall down the stairs?
Yep.
She did. I gotta go.
Go check on
All
her.
right.
Aww.
So that's why we get Frenchies, right? But let's get the fuck out of here. We gave you an hour, you know. Again,
Mm-hmm.
so that's good. So we'll keep it that small. But yeah, like, but to close out that thought, like I said, you know, I just, you know, I think that calm, collected boxer, you know what I mean, with those split decisions that's experienced would be like the perfect person. It's like, you know what, we're taking this out, blah 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 blah, and then come back and be like, yo, next time when I say this, you do this, all right,
Yeah.
and then next time we do that, all right, or next time I'm gonna beat your ass. Because if I have the chance to come back and beat your ass, yeah, fuck yes. But you know, shout out to all my people out there, you know, serving and shit. Because you know, I know they listen to a lot of podcasts and shit. So I know that we gotta definitely be listened to by the soldiers and shit. So thank y'all. But I guess we gotta get the fuck out of here. I was hoping to be like, you know, yeah, we got exclusivity on fucking, you know, fucking the release of, you know, the...
Oh, you'll get
like
it.
Frank
You'll
and Friends,
get it. It's
man.
just gonna be a while.
Because I thought you would be close by now, because I thought the mix would have been done. Because I thought it was about a week or so from
I thought
that.
so too.
Yeah,
We all,
that's what I'm
whatever.
saying.
It is what it is.
But I'm too much of an eager beaver. So until next week, stay metal.
Be metal.
But recycle.
And wash your hands, bitches.